Thank you for spending some time here.
Oh, no, my pleasure.
What I'd like to do is to figure out basically what I have in paper and coin before and give it to my grandkids. They're just, I was raised in Europe, and so I've got a lot of European coinage, and a lot of paper, and I got some stuff from the 1700s I don't know.
Okay.
And I was in Turkey and in Great Britain and Scotland in the 50s. With everybody coming in from the colonies, nobody really knew anything about coins or cared about coins, and people handed me a lot of stuff that I really don't.
So you want to pass this on to the grandkids?
No, I don't. I enjoy it, and because I'm retired.
So it's just something that you just want to know what the value is?
Yes.
You're not looking to sell or
if anybody could use it. I mean, I'm not about donating it to a museum or something.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones I haven't gone through. And the hodgepodge.
These are the ones that are at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
In one of the shops, they got bags of barber dimes and bags of...
Right. So this farm money here is traveling money. You know, folks traveled all over the world and they get some money and they bring it back.
These are all European countries.
Yeah.
And each box is a different country. I've sorted that far.
Right. This material here is the kind of thing where things could potentially fall into over time. This is a U.S. colonial coin. It's called the Nova Constellatio, 1785.
My ancestors go back to the 1500s, and a number of people came over who were part of the colonial government, and then became...
Your ancestors were?
And I got some books that attest to that. It's quite conceivable that came along with the family.
Quite a high, better condition, what we call a bust $half, 1832, 1834. This one's a bit better condition than that. So this is like a $200 coin. This is, $70, $80 coin. George II, 1734. Yeah, what you're looking for is George III, and that would make it Revolutionary War. I mean, you've got some older coins here. Mexico, 4 real. Right, so these are old, 19th century hard times token, 1837. It's a pretty common guy. And then some large cents. This is another hard times token.
Those are ones that say 1 cent, not 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 1837 merchant hard times tokens. And these are pretty much what we call culls. So, but some interesting old coins. Foreign.
I have that. That's Swedish, and I can't find it in the book. It's in there some.
16. Yeah. These Swedish coins. This is a 3 ore. They're not uncommon.
Okay.
This is a seeded $half, which is turned into a love token. So somebody punched that.
Well, they also did that too.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that was they turned that into a pin, a brooch. But sometimes with these love tokens, it depends on what it is and what it says, and can make them quite rare.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you have stamps as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What happened with the stamps? What did you do with those?
He says you should see my father about the coins. No, it's a collection that I started when I was a teenager back in the 50s, and I've had a lot of European and a lot of European colonial from Africa and a lot of Canadian and 3 albums of U.S. block unhinged stamps from the 30s all the way to the 50s. So it's kind of the same thing. If I do pass this down to the grandkids or the kid, I'd like to know what I am.
Right.
passing down, or what I want to keep.
I mean, do you want my professional advice, or?
Absolutely.
It's not pleasant sometimes, but it's realistic.
Well, what I'm seeing is that with anything, the generation right now that you have to give me things to, like my grandmother's silver and all that, get a one, and you probably see a plethora of stamps and albums like I've got from the.
Yeah, they don't want the silver, and they don't even want the gold. We've had situations where, we've had folks trying to pass on, hundreds of gold coins to the kids, worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they just say, just sell it and give us the money. And so my advice is, unless someone has come to you specifically and said, I want the coin collection, unless that has happened, you should sell it, liquidate it, and give them the cash instead. And that is much cleaner, and it avoids issues and problems and, all kinds of doubt.
Yeah.
And doubt is the one thing that, can become very, very...
I have put the feelers out if they want it. So far I have not gotten...
Had anyone approach you and
I
say...
have not gotten a response.
Okay. And then it's also a case of what you're giving them and, what you're passing on. Whether it's something that, they can continue building on, like maybe a blue book of silver dollars that's half full and they can complete the book, or whether it's an eclectic mixture accumulation like this.
And I've got several blue books at home that got partially filled.
What, U.S. or?
Yeah.
Well, so I think that the prudent, sensible thing to do would be to look at the entire collection in its entirety, and then I can give you a very precise evaluation estimate, and and provide you with a sensible course of action as to whether it makes more sense for you to donate it or sell it on consignment or just sell it outright. I mean, at the moment, just this group here, you've got basically 20 silver dollars and a nice little group of these bust half dollars from the 1830s and 40s. It's not too much to write home about, okay, but it's not, it's not a donut. So, and this is really just a factor of things that fell into the bucket over time,
Okay.
and you were fortunate to have a few good things fall in, but the rest of it, is foreign pocket change, the kind of thing that one just picks up on their travel. And there are two aspects here. There's contemporary foreign pocket change, and then there's old pocket change from pre-1900.
The old, but also the pocket change I have is all European, and it's non-negotiable right now.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Because of the euro.
Yeah.
I spend all my euros.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a question of what things are worth, and that helps drive what the decision is. You could get more utility donating it as a tax write-off than selling it outright. But selling it outright affords you the immediate cash to pass on to to the grandkids, or selling it on consignment is a situation where you benefit directly from the full retail value, and then all you're doing is just paying a commission, and then you pass that on to the kids.
So what, to give me a sense of what are we looking at? Excuse me, that's on the table.
Well, I mean, to sell this piece by piece by piece, I mean, I think, somewhere between, 2 and 4,000, I would think.
I appreciate that. My thought and the legacy for this, I'd rather donate to somebody and have somebody take a look at it and you can't learn from it as opposed to, gee, that's neat. And I don't know, I've not been upstairs, just stamps.
Let's donate this to the museum, and you will be doing tremendous good. You will be doing a world of good. This museum is an institution worth perpetuating. The good that they do is phenomenal with kids. And this is something that would bring tremendous benefit. It helps those volunteers function. It helps them keep the lights on, pay the rent, And if you don't need to give the grandkids the money from this, which would be the more sensible thing to do than to actually give them the stuff,
I put 70 years into my stamp collection, and I'll be doing the same. I've got 70 years into this too.
This is the business we're in.
Yeah.
We are in the business of working with folks like you who have spent 70 years of their life, on their coins and on their stamps. And some of the times it's a good decision. There's a quantifiable number at the end that you can see, that you can visualize. Sometimes there isn't. The value is qualitative,
Well, I'm not going to give this to any of the kids or the grandkids that don't demonstrate. Gee, I would like to have them, continue. Oh boy, that's neat, and spend more than 3 minutes.
Right. So if none of the grandkids have come to you and said, "I want the coin collection," you give it to the museum, okay, and they will love you forever. And the work that they do, will help to perpetuate and keep the lights on and bring some value into the world.
They can't reduce my membership any lower than what I'm paying right now. Okay. All right.
But I think that's the number you're looking at. If you want, I'll be happy to come visit you and look at the rest and then give you a definitive number on the entirety.
Yes, this is
All right.
Father Joe.
So I'm good with that.
Perfect. I'll call you during the week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the museum thanks you.